me ask you guys a question, seriously.
Yeah.
What do you think? What love is greater?
Jordan Love or...
No. The love I have for the Mets.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's second to none.
Or the love Angel Reese has for herself. What's greater? That's close, man, isn't it? That's close.
You know what, though? I like the confidence.
That's close.
That sucks for her if it's close.
Dude, that's close, man. It's close. That's really close. I don't know that there is
you keep threatening to abandon the Mets.
Yeah.
Angel Reese has never once intimated that she would give up on herself.
No.
So it's not even close.
Yeah,
Angel Reese
but you're talking about me. I know, but I have I got a good 45-year head start on that.
Yeah,
with the
but
Mets,
you've been threatening to quit repeatedly.
But
you've recognized the folly of your ways.
Well, and that's the thing but I've been so close. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know that there is anybody in sports with a bigger ego than Angel Reese. I don't know. I don't know that any. Come on, man. I don't know anybody with a bigger ego than her.
My man's going to get his kid drafted. Who got no business being drafted. They just made the draft 2 days.
Right, but he's doing
so they have a whole day for his kid.
But that's at least being done behind the scenes, pulling strings.
Nah.
This is just out and out. Hey, it's me. This is me. I'm me. Nobody. I don't know anybody in sports has a bigger ego than she does. It's amazing. And the reason we talk about this is coming off the big issue of the weekend, which still is the biggest story of Monday night. We had the big foul in the Fever game this past weekend against the Chicago Sky. Caitlin Clark was fouled, a dirty foul, and there has been all kinds of controversy that have come out since that, and all talk about the foul and how dirty it was and what's going on and why didn't anybody police this? Why didn't her teammates protect her? There's so much to go on with this story. It's okay. The WNBA, okay. You want smoke, you're going to get it, right? You wanted the smoke. Same thing. Angel Reese, you wanted smoke, you're going to get it. All the talk over this foul, you've seen it now 1,000 times, and you're wondering what kind of play it is, how dirty it was. There was no talking about the play after the game. Angel Reese was seen celebrating the foul right after it happened. Mm-hmm. She was hugging her teammate after the foul, which was a dirty play. It was a dirty play. A
teammate who has also been kicked off of 2 teams for being a bad teammate.
Yeah,
mind you.
Yeah,
if you do the backstory.
So there's a lot going on with that, and the fact that they didn't speak after the game on Saturday. Wait a minute. We're not going to talk about this. We're not going to answer any questions. We're not going to blow up. And they blew it off.
But
right?
What was amazing to me about the sound in terms of cutting it off, I'm not talking about Caitlin Clark, was that you were given the opportunity to kind of explain the situation. Now, I don't think anybody would have been happy with whatever she said, but the questioner at least seemed to afford a little bit of, hey, I could put some of the blame on Caitlin Clark here. Yeah, because, look, she was doing a bunch of hitting herself, doing a bunch of trash talking, as she is wont to do. Mm-hmm. So, Kennedy Carter, she had the opportunity there to say, well, here was the interaction, and there. Now, you're going to be the villain either way. Mm-hmm. It's just a question of whether you're going to address it or not. And then Coach Weatherspoon shut it down. They're eventually fined for non-cooperation.
Yeah, look, I mean, the way it went down, Kennedy Carter commits the foul, wouldn't talk about it after the game, but was happy to go on social media, was happy to say what else, to like a comment of what does Caitlin Clark do besides hitting threes. So you could tell she's anti-Caitlin Clark, right? There's a lot of anti-ness going on right now. At least now, that's the one good thing I can say from this week, because at least now, okay, now it's all out in the open. Now nobody can hide behind, oh, we love Caitlin, but no, now it's all out in the open. And Angel Reese obviously is going to be at the front of this, because being the rival that she was with Caitlin Clark in college, and seeing that, hey, she celebrated the dirty hit, she hugged her teammate after it. Okay, not the classiest thing in the world to do. But finally today, they both spoke, and Kennedy Carter talked about how, listen, don't judge me off of one play. Okay, fine. And Angel Reese wanted to go on, and this is the big money soundbite while we're talking about Angel Reese, because, okay, she wants to smoke now. She's going to get it. She wanted to make sure that everybody knows that it's not just Caitlin Clark why people are watching the WNBA. There's other people, more specifically her.
It all started from the national championship game, and I've been dealing with this for 2 years now. And understanding, negative things have probably been said about me, but honestly, I'll take that because look where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball, but you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas, just because of one single game. And just looking at that, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
Okay, so when I look back, I'll go down in history. Has LeBron ever said, I'll go down in history? Has LeBron ever said that? Has LeBron said in 20 years, you're going to go back and look at me? I love how she says it's not about one person. Won't say Caitlin Clark's name, but then we'll say, but it's about me. It's not about one person. Oh, but it's about me. It's about me.
And I love every bit of this.
Okay.
And if Angel Reese were here now, I would high five her and hug her and be like, thank you. Because we need
biggest ego in sports.
Look,
it's
man,
amazing.
Heroes.
It is
villains,
amazing.
Hype men, hype women, my favorite people on the dais when it comes to the WWE, WWF, and all wrestling. What are they? Usually the managers, right? I love the talkers.
Yeah, but,
right?
But she's her own hype woman.
No, and that's
she doesn't
great.
even have. I mean, I guess you're saving money not having to pay someone to be your hype man or hype woman. She's her own hype woman.
But that's my point, though. Is she's got the mic and she'll work in the low post. So this is great. She's a great foil, and she is embracing the villainy. I don't know that you needed to say it 100%. I want to be the villain, but you know what? I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's hard to want to be the villain. You have to kind of be just you're cast as a. You can't openly canvas to be the villain.
No, but once she's there, and she's already been there. So I appreciate her embracing it. And, we could quibble and quarrel about, who's watching for what. But you can't tell me that the Reese Clark subplot to everything didn't bring eyeballs to the game coming into the women's tournament last year, especially once the tournament bracket. Hey, what do you know? The algorithm said they should be in the same regional, just so we can make sure we get it again. But when we get down to this game on Saturday, right, that was put out as a noon start on Big ESPN. Right, they've got the spotlight. Now, could they have changed the game since the NBA was done for the week? Sure, and the long layoff. But for Angel Reese to come out with this proclamation, hell yeah, I'm all for it.
What's the one big rule, guys, about being a villain? What's the one big rule?
Is that you have to...
You have to believe what you're selling. You have to believe it. She doesn't even believe it. You can listen to her voice. She doesn't even believe what she's saying. No, she's trying to be that person to gain attention of Caitlin Clark. That's it.
Look.
That's all she has.
Look, changing the... Okay, here's the thing about Angel Reese. Angel Reese is a big celebrity, okay? She's a celebrity. Is she a superstar player? She's not. She's a 10-8 player, all right? This is like if Isaiah Hartenstein was walking around going, hey, I should be doing... Okay, let's just understand. You can be a star. Right? You can be a star. You're not the show. None of these players are the show. And they have to understand that Caitlin Clark is the show. You don't pick who the superstars are. You don't get to vote who the superstars are. Superstars and players who come around once a generation, those are those players. LeBron came around 20 years ago. We're still waiting for the next person to come in and take his place, right? LeBron has been that guy. Caitlin Clark has shown up, and for whatever reason, you now see that the players of the past and the players of the present don't like that she's getting all this credit. Players of the past are upset that, hey, we should have been getting credit before now, and they didn't. Their anger at Caitlin Clark is misplaced because she didn't do anything other than come into the league. She's not walking around saying how great. If she would say the same things Angel Reese was, oh my goodness, but she's come into the league, and I'm not trying to defend her, it's just she came into the league as the number one leading scorer in the history of college basketball. She's got a huge fan base, more bigger than anybody else in the league that the league has ever seen. If you don't like her, that's fine. But there's so much misplaced anger where the players who have weighed in for the past go, oh, they should have been watching us before. Yeah, okay, but that's not anybody's fault, and it sure as hell isn't Caitlin Clark's fault, but she embodies it, so is an anti-Caitlin Clark from the former players. The current players, they love the fact that Caitlin Caitlin Clark has brought attention to the league, but now it's, we don't like that, it's her. So you should be paying attention to the league, but you should be paying attention to us, not Caitlin, and we don't like that. I'm sorry, but this is how it goes. There's room for all of you. There is room for everybody in this conversation. You can be a star. Caitlin Clark is the biggest star. That's just how it goes, and that's what you can see over the course of the past few days. The current players, the past players, even people in the media who want to make this a big thing. Oh, I can't believe you should be talking about this 3 years ago. Sorry, when transcendental players show up, that's a big deal. Caitlin Clark showed up this year. That's not anybody else's fault, and it sure as hell isn't her fault, but it's being all pushed towards her, that this anger, and it's all misplaced.